Hi, and thanks for watching. Learning how to do keyword research is an essential skill for online marketers just like you. And in this video, we're going to quickly discuss what keywords are, reveal how to find them, and then discuss some useful keyword metrics to help you decide, whether a particular keyword is worth incorporating into your business. And that's really important because at the end of the day, choosing the right keywords can really make or break your business. So let's get started. I'm Tyler Stokes, and I do affiliate marketing full time. And over the last 10 years, I've researched and analyzed, hundreds of keywords. I've actually built successful affiliate marketing businesses based on these keywords. So, I have experience in knowing what keywords can work, which ones are important to target for specific niches, and which ones can potentially make you good money. Now, I also don't work for a keyword research tool, and I'm not trying to sell you one. And I think this is worth mentioning because the content in this video is based on my actual personal experience in building successful online businesses, specifically ranking websites on Google and earning affiliate commissions. So this viewpoint is probably, exactly what you're looking for. I'm not trying to sell you a keyword tool. Rather, I'm reporting what actually works for me. Now, before we jump into, what keywords are, how to find them, how to evaluate them, we just need to extend this intro and quickly talk about you and your potential business and how you're going to actually use keywords. I think understanding this stuff is really important, and I sort of wish I had someone explain this to me when I was first getting started. So researching keywords is something you must do before moving forward with a new project, but it's something that you can really continue to do throughout the life of your online business. As your business grows and evolves, you may need to continue to research new keywords that come up in your niche. Now, if you've, just chosen a new niche and you need to, maybe validate its potential, you want to look at the keywords. And if you're not quite at the implementation stage yet, this video will help you get a clear understanding of what keywords are, why they matter, and how you can go out and find them. It's important to see the connection between keywords and SEO, or search engine optimization. And I'll link my SEO for Beginners video in the description if you need a refresher on SEO. Now, I've been researching keywords for over 10 years or so for my affiliate marketing businesses and for clients who have local businesses. So, I use SEO to rank websites on Google and earn money through affiliate marketing. And I also do SEO for local businesses who pay me for this service. So keyword research is a foundational component of SEO. And if you have or you're planning to build any type of online business, then you will probably need to do some type of SEO. You'll need to, optimize your digital asset, which is usually a website, but you might need to research keywords for YouTube videos or even for product listings on Amazon. Now, I remember watching a video just like this from a mentor of mine many years ago, and he was emphasizing how important choosing the right keywords is for your business. And it's totally true. I know from personal experience that finding the right keywords can really explode your business. But I also, understand that you probably hear things like, this is the most important part of your business, or this is the secret to making money online. And it becomes hard to believe what really matters. So, I've been in your shoes, exactly where you are right now. And I remember thinking at the time that, keyword research can't be that important. And I probably thought that way because, I couldn't see the connection between proper keywords and business growth. I didn't have an understanding of what keywords are and how they're used. Also, keyword research does require some actual work. You need to get your hands, dirty, do some research, get right in there. And as a beginner, I was probably more concerned with how my website looked instead of how it was optimized. And, you might be in that same position, but I can honestly say that keyword research is very, very important. You really need to nail this part of your business. Proper keyword research can help many other aspects of your business, and bad keyword research can, make other tasks much harder or even set you up to fail. So If you do affiliate marketing like me, then keyword research is really the most important part of planning out your content and overall business plan. And if you work with local businesses, it's just as important. You need to target the right keywords so their businesses get exposure online. Again, any online asset or platform probably needs to get optimized with various keywords. So it's really important you understand this topic. So let's start with understanding, what keywords are. Okay, so what is a keyword? So I'm going to run over some definitions and a few examples with you here. So a keyword is basically a word or words or phrases that people search for on Google, YouTube, and other search engines. So anytime you go over to Google and you plug in, a word, a couple words, or a phrase or a question, that is considered a keyword. And this is done on Google something like 3.5 billion times every single day. So if you're thinking about starting an online business, you're certainly in the right place. Everyone is online these days. Now, when you look at sort of breaking down keywords and defining them, you'll find that there are a few ways that people have done this if you go and you kind of research this kind of stuff. Now, I don't particularly use any of these definitions regularly. I'm just going to cover them here in case you sort of run into any of these explanations. So sometimes people describe it as, you've got your head keyword followed by the body keyword and then a long tail keyword, or generic broad matching long tail, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And that's usually associated with, a website. So your tier 1 keyword might be the keyword you're targeting on your homepage. Your tier 2 keyword would be, the sub pages. And then a tier 3 keyword would be the pages that go underneath your tier 2 pages and so on. Or, you've got a seed word and then long tail keyword. So a seed word is basically a word or a few words that are used in all the other keywords associated with that term. So I've got those there on the screen in the white box, and then I'm going to run through just two examples to sort of help understand how people have defined these types of keywords. So we've got microphone, USB microphone, and USB microphone for singing. So, microphone would potentially be the head keyword, then a body keyword would be a USB microphone, and then a long tail keyword would be USB microphone for singing. And, you can go through that chart there. So a long tail keyword is generally, it has, a few words in it, sometimes 4 or more, but it doesn't have to have 4 words in it. But basically what it is, it's a term that is not very competitive and it doesn't have a lot of search volume. So certainly, there's less people searching for USB microphone for singing than there are who just plug in the keyword USB microphones on Google. And same with the second example here, we've got CBD, CBD gummies, and then CBD gummies for knee pain. So CBD would be maybe your head keyword, your generic keyword, or the tier 1 if you're doing a website all about CBD. And then CBD gummies would be, the body, the broad matching, perhaps a tier 2. And then CBD gummies for knee pain, that is more of a long tail keyword. So it has more words in it, but which is not always necessary, but it will get lower search volumes than just CBD gummies. And then it's generally less competitive once you start, researching these keywords with various keywords tools. Also, when the search volume goes down, sometimes the search intent goes up. So someone plugs in CBD gummies on Google, perhaps they're looking for, they're looking to shop and buy them, but maybe they're just looking for general information. Whereas if someone plugs in CBD gummies for knee pain, that search intent is quite high. They have knee pain and they're looking to probably buy a CBD gummy that can help them. So we could actually go and quickly look on Google how people optimize these types of keywords. So we'll just do one example here, USB microphone for singing. So if we jump over to Google, and I've plugged it in here, USB microphone for singing, and we do a Google search, we can see how affiliate marketers will use that keyword and they'll target it on their website, and they'll find someone who's very high search intent. They're looking for a particular type of microphone, a USB one for singing. And we can scroll down here. The first result comes 5 best USB mics for singing, vocals, and podcasting. So if we click that, we're going to be taken to, a content website called Home Studio Recording. So they've got a bunch of content all about, studio equipment and recording techniques and all that kind of stuff, they have an article here that targets this long tail keyword, the best USB microphones for singing and vocals. And they've got some great information. And then if you were to go and click any of their recommendations, you're going to be taken to Amazon, and this website is going to earn an affiliate commission. So these are the type of websites that I build. These are the types of websites that you can certainly build as well. And this website does a great job in creating a good article about USB microphones for singing and vocals and podcasting. And they've got some recommendations, and they recommend that you shop at Amazon, and they'll get commission. So this is a good example of a long tail keyword in action. You're over at Google, you search for that. You've got high intent, high search intent. You're looking for something very specific, and you find an article that outlines a few and reviews a few and so on. So you can do this kind of stuff. You can build a business just like this. So that's sort of what keywords are, how they're usually defined. And then we saw a long tail one in action, how people use them in their businesses. There are several different types of keywords, and I want to highlight two types here: buyer intent keywords and informational keywords. So buyer intent keywords are searches that people do when they're looking to buy something. So think of things like, best CBD oil this year, or product X versus product Y. People who are doing these types of searches are ready to buy something. They're in the buying mindset. Now, informational keywords are searches that are more informational in nature. So maybe things like, how much CBD oil should I take? Or whey protein side effects. Generally, the person doing these types of searches is looking for information and answers, as opposed to maybe buying something online. Now, there are benefits to targeting all types of keywords. And in order to create a valuable resource, you will want to target many of these types of keywords. Keyword research is about finding the keywords that your audience is searching for and creating an outline for your content marketing plan. So you want to find all the different keywords that your audience is searching for and eventually create helpful content around those topics. Then, when someone finds your content online, you're perceived as the friendly expert, and you can sell your products or your services very easily. So there are two main ways to find keywords: manual research and keyword research tools. Okay, so manual keyword research. So I'm going to go over some techniques that you can use for free to find various keywords for your niche. So the first one here, we've got topics related to your niche. So you might want to do some brainstorming and just brainstorm a whole bunch of topics related to whatever niche you have. And you might want to use these later on to really find and dig down and find even more keywords. So you've got a niche, you might have some topics that are related to it. And then in the future, you can sort of use those to find even more keywords. Now, along the same sort of line as that is you might want to brainstorm a whole bunch of questions that your customers might ask. So if you're doing a niche that you're familiar with, you might want to list the most common types of questions that people might ask. And a great way to do that is to actually find the frequently asked pages on some of the products that are associated with your with whatever niche you're in. So I'm going to jump over to Google here, and just one example for this is just CBD gummies. If we were to type in, CBD gummies FAQ, if that was your niche, you can find there's a whole bunch of various vendors that list frequently asked questions. And then if you go to them, such as this first one here, you can find some keywords that are, that are long tail that people are searching for in this various niche. So, what is CBD? Obviously, that's a pretty common one. What does CBD do? People ask that. Is it legal? That could be a good question. Will CBD gummies get me high? That's a really common question, and so on. So they've got a whole bunch of questions here. But then sometimes you can scroll down to the footer of these product or these vendors that you might be recommending. And sometimes they have a whole FAQ section. And here you can find out some frequently asked questions that their customers are asking. And these can be potentially good keywords for your business. So what does full spectrum mean? I know a lot of people search that in the CBD niche, bioavailability and broad spectrum and so on. So, you can go to the the frequently asked questions on a lot of these vendor websites. You can find a lot of good questions that people are asking. Those could potentially be good keywords for you. And now the other way that you can do questions is there's a website called Answer the Public. So answerthepublic.com. And if we were to just type in CBD oil here, and you can see that this website is going to create a whole bunch of various questions here, and you can kind of view them in this form, or you can basically go to the data and you can say, various keywords that have the word R in it. So R CBD and hemp oil, the same. That's a common question. There's a good long tail keyword for you. Can CBD oil cause headaches? That could potentially be a good keyword, and so on. So Answer the Public, all you do is plug in your niche, and it gives you a whole bunch of common questions that people are searching for on Google. So these are all potentially good keywords. Next, we've got just product reviews. If you're doing a niche and you know some of the products, then a lot of people tend to search like a particular brand of CBD plus review. So people are looking for reviews, or they might do, CBDX versus CBDY. That's a common keyword that people are plugging in. It's very sort of very high in search intent. They're looking to compare the two, and then they're probably looking to buy one of them. So these are all good keywords to start. You can just kind of manually do some brainstorming, and then you can go to these other websites like Wikipedia, Reddit, and even some forums to get some other ideas. So if we were to go to Wikipedia, you can just type in sort of like CBD oil, and oftentimes it's going to give you a breakdown of all the contents associated with CBD oil that's on Wikipedia. So there's things like epilepsy, so CBD and epilepsy, that might be a good avenue to go search for various keywords. Plant breeding, so maybe making your own CBD, food and beverages, so CBD drinks, are CBD drinks safe, CBD in sports, and so on. So you can just head over to Wikipedia, plug in whatever niche that you're in, and you might be able to get some table of contents that can help you find various keywords or get you on a path to searching for even better sort of keywords. And then also, websites like Reddit. I personally don't use Reddit a lot, but Reddit has sub sort of areas where people can contribute, ask questions, and so on. So CBD news, conversations, and tips. And you can come over here and you can maybe search for what's hot, what's trending, what's been talked about a lot. So can you advertise CBD oil on Facebook? That could potentially be a good keyword for you, or it can lead to some other ideas. The best CBD oil, will my mood be affected by applying? So people are asking that. So, does CBD affect your mood? That could be a good keyword, and so on. So places like Reddit, Wikipedia, and so on can give you some good ideas and good keywords to sort of kind of keep in a list and find when you're doing this manual type of searching like this. And then other things are forums. So I've just got this pet forum up here. If you go to forums, and you go to, some of these sections, so dog health, nutrition, and see what people are talking about, what topics are, getting viewed the most, which ones have the most replies, raw feeding. So, that could be a popular topic that a lot of pet owners are talking about right now. So you might want to find some keywords about, raw feeding and so on. So these are some of the manual ways that you can go out there and find keywords. So, create a spreadsheet, create a list, and so on. And that's a good starting point to do some manual searching. Now, the other great way to do manual keyword research that really blows those ones out of the water, so to speak, is just to use Google itself. So there's a common sort of search term, it's X for Y. So sometimes it's labeled as best X for Y. And you can use Google with that sort of search intent, or just use Google in general to find some other keywords. So if we go to Google and we were to just type in maybe just CBD oil, keep that CBD oil theme going on, CBD oil. And if you scroll down to the bottom of Google, it's going to give you these searches related to CBD oil. So here are, 8 other keywords that you potentially might want to incorporate into your business. And you can come to Google and you can find these for free. Where to buy CBD oil, CBD oil benefits. There's a keyword. Where can I buy CBD oil? How to use CBD oil for pain. There's a long tail keyword there, and so on. Now, what you can also do is you can do your CBD oil for, and all you need to do is start plugging in the letters. So CBD oil for, and then just go through the alphabet. A, CBD oil for anxiety, CBD oil for arthritis, CBD oil for allergies. Go through B, CBD oil for beginners, CBD oil for blood pressure, and so on. So basically Google can give you all these suggestions, and these are all common keywords that, it's suggesting to you because other people have plugged in CBD oil for, and they've gone through and sort of search various things, CBD oil for bipolar, and so on. So, all you need to do is head over to Google, do a few searches, and you can sort of kind of go down this rabbit hole of searching for this, and then how to use CBD oil for pain. And then you can find other ones, CBD oil for pain, or topical CBD creams for pain, how to use CBD oil for anxiety, and so on. So you can get related searches, and you can also do the, whatever your niche is, and then use the CBD oil for plus, every letter of the alphabet. You're going to get a whole list of keywords that you can do for free, manual research, and just kind of keep a spreadsheet of all these great keywords. So that's really one of the better ways to do manual keyword research, is just to use Google, use the Google suggestion. You can use this for YouTube as well. You can do the same type of thing. Plug in your niche or topics within your niche, and then do some searches, find some related searches, and then just allow Google to suggest the keywords that are associated with that keyword that you're plugging in, and some of the related search terms. The manual approach to finding keywords has some pros and cons. Now, the pro is that they help you gather some good starting information for free. You can really do a ton of good keyword research with just your brain and Google, and it's 100% free. Now, the bad part is you don't know any metrics regarding these keywords, and you're clearly not as efficient as, these keyword research tools. The data that you can gather from some SEO tools is really amazing stuff, and it's well worth the cost. Also, if you don't know anything about your market, then keyword research is really your market research, and using advanced tools is what you need to do to get that job done properly. Now, in a separate tutorial, I'm going to review 3 different types of keyword research tools. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and check out my related keyword research videos, which I'll put a link to in the description of this video. But for now, I'm going to very quickly highlight how these tools work with AHREFS Keyword Explorer. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a really quick overview of a keyword research tool that I use, and it's called Keywords Explorer by AHREFS. So it is more of a premium tool. You do need to pay for it, but once you sort of dive in and you learn more about this tool, you can just see how much more of an advantage you have when you're using actual tools versus just using some of the free options or the manual research. So a lot of those things we did for manually finding keywords is great, but tools like this, more advanced tools, they certainly they're much better. They're definitely worth the cost once you're actually committed to, building a real online business. So here we are with the Keywords Explorer. I'm just going to show you some of the main points. So what you do is you highlight Google, and maybe we just do a search. So we've been searching CBD oil. So maybe we'll just do CBD oil, hit enter, and you're going to get a whole bunch of data regarding that particular keyword and all the other keywords associated with it. So Keyword Explorer from AHREFS, it'll give you a keyword difficulty score. It'll show you the volume across the last, several months. It'll give you some advertising related data, so what advertisers are paying and so on, and then it'll give you a global search volume. So that'll break down the numbers based on how many times CBD oil is searched every single month. So in the United States, it's searched 750,000 times a month and so on. And then if you scroll down, you have these other categories here. So same term, having the same term. So these are all keywords that have CBD oil in it. So we mentioned that a little bit before about that seed word. You've got a list of questions regarding CBD oil. So we've got 25,000 questions that this tool has given us for this particular keyword. We've got also ranked for, so these are terms that, the pages that rank well for CBD oil, they also rank for terms like, best CBD oil or CBD near me and so on. And then newly discovered keywords. And if you scroll down further, you get a snapshot of what the websites look like that are ranking in the top 10 results of Google. So you can see the specific pages. You get some information on those particular pages and on the websites itself that are ranking there. So if we wanted to just click view all, you can see that this is the report of all the keywords associated with CBD oil that AHREFS supplies, and you can, sort them. There's all these filters, so you can look at just the keywords that get low search volume. You can look at the most competitive ones. You can look at the least competitive ones, and so on. So really, it's an advanced tool, but it's one of the better keyword research tools out there. And when you are actually ready to go out and start to build a business, an online business, seriously, then I would recommend that you do consider some of these premium tools. This is one that I particularly use and like, and I do recommend. So there is sort of a monthly cost associated with it, but again, it's going to make your job of finding keywords much, much easier. So a video on keyword research would not be complete unless we spoke about some keyword metrics. So I'm going to just quickly touch on three. These are the three main ones that I personally use. I think these are the three ones that most people use as well. So they are search volume, search intent, and then keyword difficulty. So the first one here, search volume, this metric, seems pretty clear. Keyword research tools, they're going to give you an estimate of how many times a particular keyword is searched every single month. So that's pretty clear. The numbers might not be exact, but they do give you a good sort of estimate. So you know that a keyword that gets maybe 100 searches a month is not nearly as valuable as one that might get, 1,000 or 10,000 searches a month, all things being equal. But what search volume sort of doesn't sort of explain is what is a good, amount of searches every month. And I don't really think there's a good answer to that. A lot of it depends on the niche, on the products associated with the niche. So you're not going to find a real good answer to that. I think that, 250 searches a month and less is usually considered, a long tail keyword if it doesn't have a lot of competition. Now you can certainly go out and build a business that targets a whole bunch of long tail keywords that only get like 50, 60 searches every single month. If you build enough content around those type of keywords, you can actually do quite well. Now, if you're going to, look at the numbers associated with the main topic of your niche, if I were to be forced to sort of give a number, I would say that you don't want to target a keyword as your main topic keyword for your entire business if it doesn't get at least a few thousand searches every month. So, if you're going to build a business around a keyword and it only gets 500 searches every single month, it's probably not enough demand out there. Now, I could be putting my foot in my mouth here. There might be some other evidence that shows that these numbers are wrong. But, from my experience, from looking at some keyword research tools, if your main topic doesn't get a few thousand searches every single month, you might want to avoid it. Now, if you need some more clarity on this, you can certainly come over to my Facebook group and you can sort of talk to me directly on Facebook if you want to ask some more detailed questions about a particular niche and you don't want to throw those comments below here on YouTube. So that's search volume. It's going to show you how many times a keyword is searched every single month. And it's something you should consider when, deciding on keywords for your business. Now, the next topic is search intent. So, sometimes keywords tools aren't going to sort of answer this question for you, but you need to put yourself in the mindset and in the shoes of the person who's making the particular search on Google. So 2 examples here that sort of kind of help explain this is, can dogs eat bananas versus the best dog bed for large dogs? So 2 different types of keywords there. One is sort of informational in nature, and then one's more sort of a buyer type of keyword. So, the first one there, if we looked at "can dogs eat bananas," that keyword, and we jump over to our keyword research tool, we can see that it's said that it's a medium difficulty here in AHREFS, and it's searched 81,000 times every single month. But put yourself in the shoes of someone who searches that. It's informational in nature. If you had a website and you ranked for that term, and you can go and plug that into Google yourself, these websites, they're not going to be able to monetize that term. People want to know the answer and they're going to leave. So the best thing you can do is maybe throw up some display ads on your website, or have someone opt in to, download an ebook or something like that. So if you look at that term, it gets thousands of searches every month. But then we go and we look at the other term, best dog bed for large dogs. It only gets 600 searches a month, according to AHREFS here. But, it might be more valuable. Someone who's searching for that, they are looking for a bed for their large dog. They probably have more of a buying intent. If you give a good review and you say, bed XYZ is the best, you can go and purchase it here. They are more likely to go and make a purchase after coming to your website versus someone that's just wondering, can my dog eat bananas, and so on. So that is search intent. It's something that you need to evaluate when you are looking through and deciding whether to incorporate certain keywords into your business. If you can find keywords that get a lot of searches and have low competition, then you're on the right track. Now, as you start your business, it's usually recommended to target low competition keywords, which are what we described before as long tail keywords. Now, long tail keywords, they actually have low search volume. Think, around 250 searches per month or less. And they are usually made up of several words. And they're also usually very specific in nature. Now, the reason that they're great to start with is that they're generally much easier to rank for. So, over time, as your business grows, it will start to rank for more competitive terms. But when you're just starting out, it's always recommended to target these low competitive keywords. And if you rank for enough of them, they can actually make you very good money. So long tail keywords, they don't get a ton of search volume, but they are generally not as difficult to rank for. In all my successful affiliate marketing businesses, they target dozens and dozens of long tail keywords. So this strategy definitely works. Now, many keyword tools, like the one we explored from AHREFS, they will have a keyword difficulty score or a rating system of some kind, which helps you estimate, how hard a keyword is to rank for on Google. And the score from AHREFS is actually based off of backlinks. So it only takes into account the links that the top results in Google receive for a particular keyword. And it gives you a score based on how many links it believes you will need to target towards your website or your page in order for you to rank in the top 10 of Google. So if you need a refresher on the importance of backlinks, then I would recommend that you watch my SEO for Beginners video. And I will, again, put a link to that in the description of this video. So lastly, keyword difficulty, the scores can be a very useful metric, but as always, it doesn't tell the whole story, and it should not be your only deciding factor. When you start to look deeply into these and other metrics, you're moving into the topic of keyword analysis. So as you're doing your keyword research, you will need to start analyzing the keywords that you're finding. But I think it's important to mention in this keyword research for beginners video that you don't want to get bogged down with metrics. Now, I mostly decide on whether to build content around a keyword based on search volume, the keyword difficulty, and the search intent. Now, you also need to ask yourself, does this make sense to incorporate into my business? And remember, there's always exceptions to these metrics. It's not always about buyer intent keywords. Yes, those tend to make you the most money, but depending on your niche, you will probably discover that your online business really isn't complete unless you provide informational content as well. So those quote unquote informational pieces of content, they might not directly earn you commissions, but they can play a role in how well your business grows and gets exposure over time. Now, it might also make sense to build content around topics that are very competitive in your niche. Just because a keyword in your niche has a very high keyword difficulty score, it doesn't mean your business shouldn't cover it at some point. And in fact, it's probably the opposite. You should probably cover these competitive topics as well. Now, the main point here is that if you set up and build a website, for example, that only covers very difficult keywords, it will take you a long time to get any traction. And on the flip side, if you only target super low competitive keywords or only informational keywords, then you're leaving money on the table. And basically your business won't reach its full potential. So thank you so much for watching. If you did find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I am going to be releasing more tutorials like this every single week. So if you want more tutorials about keyword research, then go ahead and subscribe. Now, if you are doing affiliate marketing or you're interested in doing affiliate marketing exactly how I do, then you can go and download my 5-step blueprint. You got a blueprint that explains everything along with a free 5-part video course. You can find a link to that in the description below this video. And lastly, I'll throw some related videos up on the screen now. SEO for beginners, you might want to check that one out. And also, if you haven't really nailed down your niche, then I would recommend my video, which I mentioned in the video, how to choose a niche. So I'll throw those up on the screen right now. Like always, I hope you found it useful, and I will see you in the next one.